Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a suburban house for all of your city building needs. In this tutorial, not only will I show you how to make the entire outside of the house, including the garden, but I will show you how to make the entire inside of the house as well, with its many, I could go on, rooms. This is the amount of space required to make the house, including a handy grid, which you may choose to copy, that will show you the starting position. And here are some of the materials that we will use throughout the build, but not only will we need these, and these, but we will also need these as well. Begin the build by placing 3 light grey concrete in a row on the ground. 1, 2, 3. Extend forwards by 2. 1, 2. And then right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then back by 2. 1, 2. And then extend to the right by 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then extend forwards by 2. 1, 2. And then right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in by 2. 1, 2. And then right by 2. 1, 2. We then want to extend towards the back of the build by 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then extend to the right by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then in by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then to the right by 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then forwards by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And all being well, we should be able to connect all the way back to where we first started. Next, we are going to fill the entire inside of our build in using oak planks. The actual inside floor isn't completely oak planks, but it mostly is. So we are just going to fill it in with oak, and then we will change the areas where necessary. Is this a waste of materials? Yes. Am I only doing this so that I can get a good view? Using replay mod? Also yes. It just feels more cinematic this way. Next, come back to the front of the house and locate this area. On top of these 3 blocks, we want to stack 3 rows of black stained glass. 1, 2, 3. Then place 2 rows of light grey concrete on top of this. 1, 2. And then 3 more rows of glass. 1, 2, 3. And then another layer of light grey concrete. Then we will build up light grey concrete on both the left and right sides. And we will also extend the light grey concrete along the border of the house, just like this. We also want to add some additional light grey concrete up at the top here, and I believe a final one right here. We can actually add some stone brick stairs to the side of this with a stone brick slab on top, and we extend these blocks 1 row forwards like this, add upside down stairs underneath and a stone brick just underneath the top, and there we go. We can then head over to the opposite side and do the same thing, where on top of these 3 middle blocks, we will add 3 rows of glass, 2 rows of light grey concrete, 3 rows of glass, an additional layer of light grey concrete. We will then place rows along the sides, and then we will turn this into a triangle, and we will add our stone brick stairs and slab to the side of this. I'm not doing a very good job here. Extend 1 row forwards like this, including the slab. Add the upside down stairs underneath and a block just underneath the top. Perfect. We do of course just have to add the additional rows to extend and connect back to the house just on both sides. Next, come all the way over here. On top of this block, place a smooth quartz. 1 to the right, 2 black stained glass, and then 2 smooth quartz. We then want to place a black stained glass, a pane, leave a gap, pane, glass, 2 smooth quartz block, 2 black stained glass, and then 2 smooth quartz block. We then extend each glass, every single one of them, up by 2, so that will be 3 in total. We are then going to build some smooth quartz block in between these rows, leaving a gap just right in the middle there. We then want to have 2 rows of smooth quartz across the top of all of this, just like this. Then, we want to copy these same windows that we have down below up here, so we'll place 3 rows of 2 glass here, and here as well, and above the door, so we just have a rather large window just right in the middle. It's about 5 blocks long, just like this. I don't know why I said about 5 blocks long, it is precisely 5 blocks long. And then we will place a row of smooth quartz just across the top of this, just like so. And a small detail that's easy to miss, so I'm going to add it now. Extend these stone brick stairs backwards and stick some polished black stone wall here and here in this corner. This is just essentially a set of drain pipes, and I just like how they contrast nicely between the 3 different colours. The entrance area is pretty interesting. We will place 2 rows of 5 light grey concrete extending forwards from the entrance, and then rows of 1, 2, 3, 4 quartz pillar here, 1, 2, 3, 4 quartz pillar here, smooth quartz slabs in between them, and then across the top of this, we actually want to start it right here. We want to place upside down smooth quartz stairs that extend just aside the pillars, just like this you can see, but then do extend across the top, so it overhangs on the sides, but not the front. And then we can fill the top of it in with whatever really, but I guess we'll just go with smooth quartz, just like this. Next, we are just going to add some smooth quartz just on the sides of the house like this, extending all the way up to the light grey concrete at the top. We will then add some upside down smooth quartz stairs around the light grey concrete areas, like so. And then some stone brick slabs here, extending across and joining to the entrance, like this, with some oak leaves, just to fill this gap in. And we will place some azaleas in front of this area as well, just like this. And then we will come all the way over to the opposite side and do the same thing. So we'll add the smooth quartz all the way up to the top. And then we will add the upside down smooth quartz stairs, like this. We will then add... Well, we can do it in reverse. We will add 2 rows of leaves here. And then stone brick slabs just around, just like so. And then the azaleas here, here, and here, just like this. And this is about as much detail as we will add to the front of the build for now. This is looking really good. Next, move over to the right side of the build. So, first of all, we are just going to add 2 smooth quartz blocks just right here, like this. So, it kind of just packs out the frame a little bit. We then want to come all the way over to the right side and place 1, 2, 3, 4 smooth quartz block here in this position. And then extend this smooth quartz block to the left by 1. Place 3 black stained glass, 1, 2, 3. And then 2 smooth quartz, 1, 2. We then want to extend our smooth quartz up. And then, once we reach the height of the smooth quartz all the way over to the left, we want to connect and extend this smooth quartz to the right by 1. I realise that this might seem a little bit random, but this is the shape that we are looking to make. And the reason that we want to do this specifically is so that on top of this, we can add rows and rows of smooth quartz block that are just 1 row shorter than the previous on each side, and eventually we will end up with this shape, just like so. So we're just making the shape of the actual roof, just like this. So we can now fill inside of this in using smooth quartz block. And then we're just going to turn our attention down here for just 1 second, as we want to add 2 more rows of glass on top of this. 1, 2, and then add smooth quartz around this. So now that will give us this shape. And now that we have our triangle, we can actually add some stone brick stairs up and down the sides of it, just like so. And then we will extend these stone brick stairs off the side. But I'm also realizing that we do also have to add a chimney. So before we do... it doesn't really matter. So we will add the upside down stairs underneath all of this, including the block at the top, which we are probably about to destroy. And now that we have the side of the roof, which is looking pretty good, we are going to add the chimney. So the chimney is actually going to sit right in the middle and to the left of the wall. And it's 2 rows of light grey concrete extending all the way up. We'll have to destroy some of these blocks, so those were a bit pointless. And it'll at least be 2 rows higher than the roof. I don't know which is better. I don't think it matters too much. And we will extend this 1 row inwards. So from the side, we have this. It just looks really good, in my opinion. So now, let's head all the way over to the opposite side of the build, and let's do pretty much the exact same thing. So on this opposite side of the build, we want to start off by placing a row of 4 smooth quartz block on top of this block. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we want to extend this bottom block to the right by 1 and place 3 black glass. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 smooth quartz. 1, 2. We then want to extend the smooth quartz up and extend all the way over to the right once we reach that height. And on this side of the build, we have not yet added the extra blocks here and here, but it's very important, otherwise the roof won't be even. And then we can add the additional rows of smooth quartz on top of this that eventually forge a triangle. There we go, just like that. And then we are just going to fill underneath this in. And all the way over here, we will add an additional 2 rows of glass on top of these blocks and smooth quartz all the way around, just like this. And then we are going to add the roof to the side of our smooth quartz, just like so. And we will extend it 1 row outwards. We are doing the exact same thing again with the chimney, I've just realised, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. Sometimes it's actually easier to place the chimney once the entire roof's made as well, because it gives you a good idea on whether it's too big or not. So this is right in the middle. We want to place a row of light grey concrete. I don't know why the block just swapped there. We'll remove this, extend it up so that it is as high as the other row. And then let's head all the way down to the bottom again and add the additional row once again in front. Then we will extend these in. And that will give us this. Let's head to the back of the house now and, well, work on the back. Come all the way to this area here and extend this smooth quartz block to the left by 1. And then place 3 glass. 1, 2, 3. 2 smooth quartz. Extend in 1 with the quartz and then place 3 more glass. 1, 2, 3. And then place 2 smooth quartz. We will then extend each glass up by 2 and then place smooth quartz above and around the glass, just like this. Kind of just encase it. Then we want to create a roof shape here. Like this, it's the same thing that we've done a few times already, we just form a triangle. And then we just add stone brick stairs to the side of this with a slab on top. And extend all the way down. Extend 1 row forwards. Add stairs underneath. And a solid block underneath, that looks perfect. And now that we've done that here, we are just going to move over to the other side and do the same thing. So we'll place a smooth quartz block, 3 glass, 2 smooth quartz, extend in this way, place a smooth quartz, 3 glass, and then 2 quartz, and then place 2 rows of glass on top of the glass, and smooth quartz above and around this, just like so. Perfect. And on the outer part here, we will create a triangle, just like this, and then add stone brick stairs to the side of this area like so. Extend these stairs 1 row forwards. And then once we've done that, we can add the upside down stairs and the block just underneath the top. Now this leads us to the area in the middle. So to start off with, we will place a smooth quartz block here, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 glass here, 2 smooth quartz, We will then place a black stained glass pane, leave a gap, glass pane, and then 2 smooth quartz, 4 glass, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a smooth quartz. We will then add 2 additional rows of glass on top of every single glass. We will then add 2 rows of smooth quartz on top of the windows here. And as a matter of fact, we can actually just kind of like fill around and in between all of these blocks in using the smooth quartz. And then above the large windows, we actually want to extend the 2 middle blocks up by 3 rows using glass like this. And then on the opposite side here as well, we extend the 2 middle blocks upwards like this, 3 rows. And then above the door, we want to extend the 5 middle blocks. It's essentially the same window structure that we have on the front, if you guys can see just behind. And now that we have done this, we are going to fill in between all of this in using smooth quartz. And we will add an additional row on top. And we will actually extend this left and right. And this is going to form a wall, like so. And then we will fill these areas in using smooth quartz, so just like this. And these 2 rooms do actually have walls. They do have doors, but we'll just add all of that stuff later when we actually work on the interior. But these upper areas are just completely blank. And there we go, that actually looks pretty good so far. Next, we want to come to the doorway here and extend the 5 middle blocks 1 row forwards using light grey concrete. And then on the left and right side, we place 1, 2, 3, 4 pillar quartz. 1, 2, 3, 4 quartz pillar, not pillar quartz. I guess I'm Yoda. Pillar quartz. That was a bad impression, I'm leaving it in. We also want to add some smooth quartz slab just to the front here. I was going to add it to the side, but there's already light grey concrete, so we won't. And then we will do exactly what we did on the front of the build. If you guys remember, we place a row of upside down smooth quartz stairs, extending off of the sides of the pillars, but then extending across the top of the pillars, just like this. And then we will add some smooth quartz block, just like this. Perfect. Before we move on, we will add an additional row of smooth quartz block at the top of the house, just like this, which will allow us to place our stone brick stairs. And we will also complete the 2 mini roofs. So all we have to do is extend these stone brick stairs and the single slab all the way back to the house on just both sides. Over there as well. And one last little detail, just because we have the block in our inventory, we will place some azaleas just along the back of these window areas, just like this. They fit rather nicely. Next, we are going to do some gardening. Kind of. Come all the way over to the right side of the front of the build. Next to this block, we dig in the ground, 1, 2, and place andesite in here instead, which we can then place oak doors on top of, and then 2 oak planks to the right of. We will then extend the oak planks all the way along the back of the grid, all the way to here, and then we will extend forwards and connect back in the same position on this side. So we extend one row in, pick these 2 blocks, andesite, doors, and then we want to extend all the way back on ourselves and place another row of oak planks. This takes some time. Do you know what takes more time? Adding a layer of oak slabs on top of the second row of planks. Why did we do this? So that the fence is ever so slightly higher than the doors. I think it looks better. It's a very small payoff. But satisfying. Anyway, next we are going to extend the andesite blocks backwards from our garden gate door around to the back of the build, where we will maintain our row of 2, extending in front of our azaleas. And we want to do 2 things. So, number 1, we do want to extend and connect forward to the actual back door, but then we just want to continue extending across the back of the build. And we want to run up the side of this build. Not literally run, I'm kind of floating right now, but we can then fill all of this in with andesite. This also takes some time. Other contenders include stone, smooth stone, cobblestone? Nah, cobblestone's kind of gross. Stone bricks? Maybe. I like the andesite. I really love the texture. We will also remove along the inside of our oak fence wall and replace all of this grass with podzol. And then add the perfect combination of large ferns on top of the podzol. I know I do this in almost every build, guys, but it goes together like birds of a feather, like peanut butter and jelly and jam on toast and every other combination that I'm drawing a blank on right now. Feel free to leave your favourite simile for 2 things that go together in the comments. So I'm not 100% certain that I prefer this, but an option is to remove these 2 squares just along the path, like this, just on the left and right sides, and basically just fill these patches of grass in with lime terracotta, but maintaining the grass border. I guess you've got a comparison there. Do you prefer that or that? I don't know. I don't know which. I'm going to do it just because I did it in the original version, but I don't know which I prefer. A nice patio set would also look nice here, or maybe a hot tub. Or even a bit of decking. You could actually have like a cool indoor-outdoor area, but maybe I'll do that on another house. We can't have everything in one build. Moving around to the front of the build now, the first thing we will do is make all of the paths. So the andesite paths that we have on both sides of the house extend all the way to the front of the grid, just on both sides. So we'll do that here. And I didn't realise what a distance is. All the way over here as well. We need a golf cart to travel the distance of this house plot. So just on both sides. And we will also add podzol to the outer parts of the path. Here, and our precious large ferns. And then on the actual grid, I'm missing one. And then on the actual outer part of the grid itself, we will add oak fence, just like this. And we'll just replicate this on the opposite side of the build as well. It looks a little bit goofy since we've still got the coloured concrete in here, but we will remove that in a bit. So there we go. They're kind of like the outer boundaries of the build. We also want to extend the... I don't know whether Okay, so maybe the 3 middle blocks of the build here. Middle blocks of the build. Well, it is the middle blocks of the build, but the 3 middle blocks of the entrance here. In the original, I extended both sides here as well, so it was the 5, but I think that 3 actually looks better. Then we will place a row of fence just in between the 2 pathways, just here and here on both sides. And then we will add some podzol behind this, and you will never guess what is going in the podzol. We're actually going to put rose bushes. Just kidding, it's large ferns. They make such a nice hedge, I refuse to let them go. Also, kind of just connecting both sides of the build together, just behind the hedge, we will leave a gap of 1 from both the hedge and also the path, so right here, and we'll place a set of stone pressure plates, so kind of like paving slabs that lead right to the middle. And now I can see why I actually extended this pathway out another row so that it connected to the path. But you could just do that. I really don't like the fact that the stone pressure plate is touching the path, and honestly, my OCD will not allow that. So we can either leave it like this, or we can... So the difference would be this. So we can extend the path out like this, so that that is wonderfully even, or we can just live in absolute lunacy and have this on the right side, which I will not allow. There we go, that's perfect. I'm afraid that I just couldn't let that be. We live in a society, we have rules. Before we start adding any more detail anywhere, we are going to head inside of the house and kind of work out the floor plan a little bit. So we will place rows of light grey concrete here and here. This is basically just left and right of the door, just like so as you walk in. We also want to split this left side down the middle, so just like this. Basically, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows here and 5 rows on this side, you have done it correctly. So on top of this, we will add a row of 1, 2, 3 smooth quartz, like so. So on top of all of the light grey concrete that we've just placed, we will add just the 3 rows of quartz. Just like this. Now, we are going to add the second floor in by, first of all, just filling in between the top row of smooth quartz with oak planks. This will form the second floor. And allow us to continue our floor plan. I don't know why I keep changing how I'm filling in this floor. This is crazy. So upstairs, we will begin by placing a row of light grey concrete on top of the visible rows of smooth quartz. Then, on this side of the build specifically, where we have this T-shape, we have to further divide this area. So, the way that we will do it is by extending this light grey concrete here, like so. So, this side of the house has 3 rooms. And we can place smooth quartz on top of this. And the smooth quartz can extend as high as the kind of like outer walls on the front and back of the build, so just like this. And of course, all of these rooms will have entrances and all of that, but we will tackle that a little bit later on. Perfect. So that side of the house is looking very good. This side of the house needs a little bit of work. So we want the same central dividing wall that we have on the opposite side of the build, on this side. However, we also want to essentially turn it into a grid. So, like, we want to have 4 separate rooms. It's almost identical to that side, actually, except for the fact that we have 4 rooms rather than 3. So, we just cut it in half that way, cut it in half this way, and then we can just add our smooth quartz block onto the light grey concrete. And for the roof itself, or the ceiling, I think I'm going to use a light grey concrete, just because the entire house is kind of like a blend of light grey concrete and oak and white. This might be a mistake, it might kind of seem a little bit dark inside the house, but I think that this does kind of just tie things together. Smooth quartz would either, any of the 3 primary materials would actually work. So smooth quartz, oak planks, light grey concrete, any of those, or any variations of just that colour palette would work itself. So do feel free to change that as you see fit, but something is telling me to use light grey concrete. Even though I didn't in the original, I'm pretty sure I just used smooth quartz, but you know, here we are. And this leads us onto the actual roof itself. So all we have to do is, starting on the back here, because why not, connect both sides of the roof together, just the stone brick stairs. I have a problem connecting stairs together lately. I don't know why. I never used to have this problem, but I guess just getting older, I just can't connect stairs together. But truly one of the worst blocks in the entire world to connect together is iron bars. Notice how there is a severe lack of them in this build, except 2. Guys, this is crazy. Oh, this is just painful to watch at this point. No. Do remember that when we do actually get up to the top, right here, there is a peak, so we will be placing a row of slabs, not just another row of stairs. These slabs will go all the way over here, and then we just start extending down again. Before we continue the roof, we do actually have to place an additional row of smooth quartz just along the top of the front of the house, just like this. And then add a row of stone brick stairs in front of this. And then that way, all of these stairs will actually line up perfectly. Don't ask me how I just realized I made this mistake. I definitely didn't continue filling in the roof until it didn't line up properly, and then I kind of panicked and then discovered the reason that it didn't line up properly, and then destroyed the roof that I had made for the tutorial, and am now acting as though that never happened. I wouldn't lie to you guys like that. I just happened to notice this mistake without doing any of that. But it is also just easier to make these little mini roofs too on the front of the build before we make the rest of the roof extending down. I really like how the slabs just connect nicely to the stairs. I don't know why it's satisfying, but it is. I've resorted to placing the stairs singularly, because I thought it might make me more accurate, but it hasn't, and it's just slower. Also, before we move on to the inside, do you prefer drain pipe or no drain pipe? I don't know which I think looks better, but the front of the build has this as well, which kind of leads me to kind of like want to add it across the back here, but I don't know. With that final detail added, we can now head inside and start working on the interior. So first of all, on the left, as we walk through this door, we leave a gap of 1 and then create a small entrance here. We will then count inwards 1, 2, and then we will place a smooth quartz stair that leads all the way up to the next floor, just like this. We then want to add some light grey concrete around these stairs like this in a column, and we might even just chunk out the sides like so. Underneath the stairs, we want to place an armor stand and a door right here, and we can even just fill in underneath the stairs with light grey concrete like this. So we'll close that. And then on this opposite wall, opposite the door actually, we will place a chiseled bookshelf, extend to the right, 1, 2, and then we will place a flower pot here, azure bluette here, item frame here, tripwire hook here, then a lantern here, throw down loom, open it up, white banner with black dye, and grab the banner, which we will stick here. And then over here in this corner, we will place brown glazed terracotta with leaves on top. And I did consider doing it here as well, but I don't know if it's a bit too much or not, because we have an entrance here, and we actually want one opposite here as well. We then, in the very middle of the floor, want to create a checkered pattern using grey and white carpet, just like this, just right in the middle, unfortunately not connecting to the stairs, but I think we can live with it. Next, we are going to head into the living room, which is right here, and we will place bookshelves here and here, with quartz pillar here and here, quartz slab here, remove this, place a campfire. We can't even connect the pillar down to the ground. And in front of this, we will dig and place smooth stone. Black stained glass in front of this. A 1x1 painting right here. Perfect. With flower pots here and here. With ferns inside. And then we will place a scaffolding right here. Lantern here. Smooth quartz stair here. Extend right by 2. Curve around. And then we will place a 1x2 painting here. We then want to dig 3 rows in front of the sofa and place red wool inside the empty space with smooth quartz slabs on top of the 2 middle blocks. Some bookshelves in front of this window with green carpet on top. We want 2 end rods next to the sofa with light grey glazed terracotta on top. In this corner, another potted plant in the form of a terracotta and a leaf. And then right next to this, we will dig in this wall, or maybe even here actually. I think that's just a better fit. With our living room complete, we can now head towards the back of the house and work on our next set of rooms. Starting with the fish tank over here on this wall. We will place 2 rows of sand like this, with spruce trapdoors flipped up in front of the sand. We will then add some light blue stained glass like this, and some water. And we will place various fishy related things inside here with 1 or 2 tropical fish. And then I'm just going to add some more glass, some water inside of here. And we do just have to fill that up properly. And that will be our fish tank. Perfect. Next, we want to make a small bar by leaving a gap of 1 next to this fish tank and placing 1, 2 spruce slabs extending from the wall. Join down, and then extend to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Join down, connect to the wall with a spruce trapdoor. And then we want to remove these light grey concretes here and place barrels in the wall. We then want to add spruce trapdoors here with item frames here, potions in here, and then we can add some sea pickles, some flower pots around the place, some brewing stands, just like this, as you would expect from a bar. We then place a spruce fence here and here, with brown carpet on top, and then we dig in front of and underneath the bar as well, if you like, and replace the oak planks with green wool, just like this, and then we'll just patch that up. And then over here in this corner we will place a note block, beacon on top, daylight sensor on top of that, flip up some oak trapdoors next to this, item frame here, music disc in here, and that is a jukebox. So we have a pretty cool bar area in here. We also want to dig through this wall into our hallway, so we want multiple entrances / exits. And here in this corner, we will place a brown glazed terracotta, flower pot on top, dead bush inside, and then an oak leaf on top of that. And then we have to do 2 things to this wall. So number 1, we have to break into this room, and this will be an office. But that just leaves this little patch of wall here, which we can just add a painting to like this. And this is pretty much the little chill bar area complete. Now we can move into our office, and here we will place 1, 2, 3 stripped spruce wood, 1, 2, 3 stripped spruce wood like this. And we will extend these 1 row forwards, and then we will place some chisel bookshelf here and here, barrel here and here. On top of this back row of bookshelf, place some regular bookshelves, then place spruce trapdoors here like this, add some paintings here. We then will add a railway here, or a rail rather, and a stone button here. We will then add a pot here and some spruce trapdoors along the base. We will then place a spruce stair here, spruce signs either side of the stair just like this. In the corner, brown glazed terracotta, flower pot, dead bush, oak leaves. And then just in the middle here you can either leave it as is, which is fine, or I'm just adding a little brown rug just because I really like how it feels like this. And we can either extend these up and we can kind of just add some upside down stairs so the roof peaks a little bit, which is perfectly fine, just like so. And we can kind of just like build this into the roof, although I don't know whether it will look a little bit silly because it's really high like this. I don't know if it's a bit too much. In which case we could even like adjust these shelves like so, and you could even stack something on these shelves if you wanted to. I think that, you know what, I think that actually looks far more grand. I really like that. That looks fantastic, even with nothing on the shelves. With the office complete, we can actually head onto the opposite side of the house now. So if we head out of this doorway and dig just next to this plant in the wall, this is the kind of like dining room kitchen area. And in the middle of this wall, we actually want to place a row of 5 light grey concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. It sits in between the 2 doors. We also want to add a painting here, just in the middle of this wall. Leave a gap of 1, place a spruce stair, and then in front of the stair, a trapdoor, and in front of the trapdoor, a stripped spruce wood, which we will extend left and right. And from here, we will place more trapdoors. So I want them all facing the same way. This is a problem that we can sort out after if need be. So I kind of want them placed this way. And then we can have a lantern hanging above the center of the table, just like this. And we want stairs along the outside of the table. So I'm opting to go for 4 stairs for 4 chairs. And we will place spruce signs either side of the stairs, like this. And backwards facing spruce doors behind the stairs. We are then going to place on the left side of every seating space a pot, and in front of each seat we will place an item frame with various foods inside. And I like the table as it is, but I don't know if I would prefer some brown carpet as well. I'm actually not certain. And I also don't know if I would like to remove underneath the just general table area. We kind of form like a rectangle with all of these seats like this, and replace the floor with something like light grey glazed terracotta, brown glazed terracotta. I think I'm going to try the light grey because I don't want to get away from the colour scheme too much. But brown glazed terracotta would look good, maybe even a bit of green. If you do stick to a particular colour, we can do that. Over here by the window, we will add some bookshelves with some brown carpet on top. And then right here, we will place a light grey concrete, cauldron, tripwire hook here, light grey concrete, furnace, polished blackstone stair here, 2 light grey concrete, and you can even chop into this wall a little bit if you like for some extra space. And then here we will place 2 rows of 3 black concrete with an iron bar right here. And then we can place a brewing stand here and just a bunch of cups in this alcove. Item frame here, here, add a rail here, more item frames, and just place like just a bunch of food stuff in the item frames. Maybe not this one because it's kind of like a cup area. But then some light grey shulker boxes here. You can place them completely across the top as well if you'd like. Next, we will make a pantry or a larder. I'm actually not certain what larder means, but it sounds very fancy. Anyway, we will place 1, 2, 3 smooth quartz block extending just left of the fridge, and then we will join across the top and place some spruce doors here. Well, inside, we will place a bunch of chiseled bookshelves here on the left, barrel here, preferably facing up, flower pot in front of the barrel, or rather on top of the barrel, my bad, red mushroom inside, pumpkin, spruce trapdoor here, melon here, and there we go. Larder slash pantry. I don't know whether to add a bit of white and black concrete just in front of the kitchen area, just to kind of like further highlight it. I'd even consider extending it out just a little bit more, but I don't want it really to conflict with this window. I don't know which looks better. This is kind of like another... I do think that that looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. Could we extend it to here? Does this look silly? I don't know. I did also consider adding some floor lamps either side of the end of the middle of the table as well. But as usual, I don't know if it's too much or, you know, looks okay. Next, we will make the utility room slash laundry room. We break in right here, and we first of all just have to add a layer of light grey glazed terracotta to this back wall. We will then add a light grey concrete here, polished blackstone here, stair on top. We then want to place a block of iron here, item frame here, light blue stained glass here, then 2 more light grey concrete here, cauldron here, and then a smooth quartz slab here, tripwire hook here, and then we will just dig here and place some candles just like this, and we'll stick a brewing stand here, and I think that that looks pretty good. We're also going to alter this banner that we made earlier, so throw down a loom, throw in this banner, black dye, apply the fast pattern, and then if we stick this here, then this kind of looks a little bit more like a washing machine, and we can add a stone pressure plate here. So this is looking pretty good so far. And then in this corner, we will place a decorated pot, flower pot inside, dead bush, oak leaf on top, and then we'll flip up a couple of birch trapdoors, which kind of sort of maybe look like an ironing board. I don't know, it's left to interpretation. You can even stick... no, you can stick a regular pot about the place. If you have the inventory space, which I don't, you could place some item frames with some like washing inside of it. So what I mean by washing is some, you know, just some actual armor pieces. And there we go. It's a really nice looking laundry room. I'm just realizing now that we do also have to adjust the ceiling by adding the slabs and the stairs just like this. But once you've done that, fantastic. So this actually kind of concludes the entire downstairs. Now we can head all the way upstairs and work on, well, the upstairs. So to start off with, I'm just going to place some oak fence just around the top of the stairs, like this. And then on this wall opposite, I am going to find the middle of the wall, which should be right here, and place a bookshelf. And then place a bookshelf left and right. Just to make sure that we've done this correctly, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows to the left, and 1, 2, 3, 4 rows to the right. We'll place a barrel here and here, with a chiseled bookshelf here, here, and here, with spruce trapdoors here and here. And then we are going to flip some spruce trapdoors up and down on the right side, and we will do the same on the left. We will then place a lantern here, flower pot here, azure bluette here. We will place a decorated pot here with a flower pot inside of it, and I'm just going to grab a fern and place this here with a lantern above this. Destroy this, and this will be an entrance into one of the rooms. And we want to match on the opposite side, so we will have a decorated pot, flower pot, fern, lantern, dig here, and then we will place smooth quartz stair here and here with bookshelves in between and green carpet on top, and all the way over here as well, the same decoration. In the middle of the floor, we are going to have a small rug comprised of grey and white carpet to match downstairs. I don't know whether it looks better to have it just in front of the bookcase, to extend out towards the pots, or to have it just not at all, or maybe even perhaps here just in between the pots. I'm actually leaning towards just in front of the bookcase myself, but I legitimately don't know. Anyway, we will have a painting just inside the bookcase like this. I think that that one looks good. And then I'm just going to have a set of 3 paintings, I do believe. So we'll place one here, here, and here. No repeats, that's a rare treat. Would it look silly to have, like, to extend the staircase up to here? Only because it, like, lines up with the actual painting. I don't know whether that's, like, I'm getting into crazy town. It was kind of bothering me before, I don't know why. Also, we could go for, instead of the oak, we could use glass to border the stairs. That looks better. We will have an entrance into each room, by the way, like here and here. I also want to replace underneath where the doors will be. I think that just looks better. Next, let's work on the small bedrooms. We have one on this end of the house and another on that end. They are actually mirror images of each other, despite the fact that one is blue and the other is pink. So it doesn't matter which side you put which. Either way, we will place light blue glazed terracotta against this inside wall from floor to ceiling. We will then remove these 4 blocks, place end rods here, light blue banners in here, and back-to-back spruce doors in front. A double light blue bed here, spruce trapdoors here, note blocks here, and then we will have a painting here for a TV. We will also place bookshelves across the top of this wall, and then we will place a chest here, tripwire hook here, and then a mixture of white and light blue carpets here. We'll add some banners for the curtains here, just like this. And we will also add an entrance into this end room. So this is going to be a bathroom, but before that, we will place a flower pot here, azure bluette, stick a lantern here, and I actually want... Does it make sense to add this? Is this too much? That's too much. Forget I said anything. That's too much. Okay, but before we move on to the little ensuite bathroom, I actually want to head all the way onto the opposite side of the house, and I want to recreate the opposite bedroom. So in this room, we will place a layer of pink glazed terracotta against this wall, and remove these blocks here, place end rods here, pink banners here, with backward spruce doors here, pink beds here. We will then place spruce trapdoors here. We will place note blocks here with a painting here, bookshelves across the top with pink banners either side of this window, and then a chest here, tripwire hook here, carpet here in front of the window, and then on top of this shelf, the azure bluette and the lantern. And this is the room pretty much complete. And of course, we will break into this room right now, and this is going to be another bathroom. So moving on to this front bathroom, it is actually laid out differently than this back one, as we're able to have a shower in here. But first of all, we will place a pink terracotta here, upside down quartz stair here, pink glazed terracotta, flower pot here. We will place shulker boxes across the top here. I don't know whether I prefer this banner combination with an item frame here, or if I would prefer a tripwire hook and an item frame. I'm actually leaning more towards the banner though, and we'll stick a flower pot here, a white candle here, cauldron here, spruce trapdoor here, and then wedged in front of this window we will have a bath, which is just a series of stairs, lever here, stone button here. And then on this wall we are able to fit a shower, which is going to be 3 rows of glass pane like this, end rod here, iron trap door here, and then a button or a lever. It actually doesn't matter. And then just next to the wall, on the wall, we will place a pink banner either here or maybe here. I think maybe just here so that it's not necessarily in the way. And then we can have just kind of like in the middle of the floor, just a series of mats. Maybe we'll do this. So maybe just like here next to the bath, and maybe just here in front of the sink. Maybe there. Maybe that looks pretty good. We'll have that flipped up. Yeah, I like it. Perfect. This is the large bathroom, which leads us all the way to where we first started, really, which is the small bathroom. So in this bathroom, we will place a light blue glazed terracotta here, upside down stair here, glazed terracotta here, and then light blue shulker boxes here, pot here, white candle here, white banner here, And then in this corner, we will have another glazed terracotta with an oak leaf here. On this wall, cauldron, spruce trapdoor, flower pot, and then we will make a bath. This is the exact same design as the other room, just like this. And we will place a lever here, stone button here, and just in front of the bath we will have the white and light blue carpet, just like this. I think that that looks great. And there we go, this is the smaller bathroom complete. So now that we have done this side of the house, we can work our way onto the opposite side, and the first room will be this room. This is going to be a small gaming room. Across the base of this wall we will place some black concrete, and then above this we will place a checkered pattern of note blocks and red terracotta, like this. Then in this corner, a couple of end rods with black glazed terracotta on top, and then on the side of the window we will have some black banners. Here we will place an upside down smooth quartz stair with slabs either side, and then we will have an activator rail right in the middle with a polished black stone button here, black candle here, and then we want to create a series of screens by using a large painting here and, well, another one here as well. So something like that looks great. We will then place a chair right here, and then a checkered pattern of black and red carpet like this. And then over here in this corner I'm just going to stack some bookshelves like so. And we can actually break into this room as well, because this is the gaming room pretty much complete. And then that leads us into this rather large room. So first of all, in this room we will place 2 light grey concrete here and smooth quartz extending all the way up. We will then block out this area at the top, leaving this shape, which we will fill in with end rods and add some banners, just like this. Just to the side, we will place some bookshelves here and some smooth quartz here. And inside this area, an armor stand and a chest and a tripwire hook with some doors, just like this. And then, on this wall, we will leave a gap of 2 and then place 2 red wool, extend forwards by 2, white carpet here, scaffolding here, lantern here. We will then place in this corner 2 end rods with red glazed terracotta here, 2 red banners hanging down here, and then opposite the bed, note blocks here, and then a painting here. And then all the way over here in this corner, we will place 2 smooth quartz slabs like this, and a stair here, item frame here, flower pot here, brush here, throw down loom, open it up, white banner in there with black dye, and apply the bordure pattern, which we will stick here. You could even just stick a loom here as well if you like it. It doesn't look out of place, to be honest. I'm thinking just another lamp just right here, just because this wall just seems so vast otherwise. So maybe we'll even move the lamp from there to there, and then have a couple of banners here. We could even use bookshelves underneath here. I don't know if it will be a bit too much actually, or maybe just underneath here. And then we could add like a stair here. And then maybe we could just leave this side closed. Or maybe add like a flower pot here and stick our good old pal, the fern, in here, because why not? I think maybe what we might actually need is a bit of a rug just this side of the bed. And I think that that covers up some of the concerns. Or maybe just kind of like in the middle of the floor like this. I think that that might have actually have done it. You could even go one step further and add some bookshelves here to take up some like room space. And that doesn't... I don't know if I like that. I think we'll stick to the bookshelves here and maybe even just stick some here as well. I think that I think does it. The last room we need to make is the ensuite bathroom, which is going to be all the way over here. If we remove these 2 blocks and place a light grey concrete here, upside down stair here, light grey concrete, and I'm just going to replace that block there. We'll stick this banner that we've used previously above this upside down stair, flower pot here, white candle here, light grey shulker boxes across the top, just like so. In this window space, we will make the bath that we have made quite a few times already. Lever here, stone button here, and then we will place a cauldron here with a spruce trapdoor here, flower pot here, and then on this wall we will place 1, 2, 3 glass panes and extend them out by the same amount. End rod here, iron trapdoor here, lever here, and then one last little thing. Let's place a mixture of carpet just here in front of the bath, and we will do the same thing in front of the shower, and we will add a banner here and also a banner here just for towels. And that's pretty much it. You know, the one last detail that I would recommend adding to the house, other than putting doors on everywhere, is curtains. So, grey banner, white dye, and apply the pally pattern. So those are great curtains, but I actually prefer them to look like this. I like to apply the light grey and then base gradient. And no, loom, come back. And we can put these in a bunch of places. So here and here look good. We don't need to put them in any more rooms upstairs, but downstairs, like, you can even add them like to the side of the doors if you wanted to. Not the back door, but the front door. And also in here, like where we have the bay windows. And we can do the same thing here as well. So anywhere that we have the bay windows, it would look good. You can even do it like here as well. And even here, if you think that it looks good. And that's just a small... I'm destroying the place, but that's just a small detail. And other than that, like just adding a bunch of doors everywhere, like whichever door you think you would just kind of like fit. So for the most part, oak doors are going to be my choice pretty much everywhere. I don't know why, I just prefer them as opposed to like spruce. But in some places, spruce seem... Like, spruce seems to work better for certain doors. So, like, for instance, like where we have the larder for, like, wardrobes and stuff, I prefer spruce. But all of it is kind of just like a personal preference sort of deal. There you go. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, with that final detail added, we have officially completed this tutorial. However, this video is not over. We must now add our house into our city. I actually already have the perfect spot for this house. We are going to place it in the new suburban suburbs, and we are going to make a brand new cul-de-sac using this house to create both sides of the street. And at the end of the cul-de-sac, we actually have the Watterson's house from the amazing world of Gumball, and we will connect that all the way back to the new suburban suburbs. Fantastic. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to watch any more of my videos, check out the Mini City Builds playlist. And if you would like to download every single build in this city, consider becoming a channel member. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.